In the past, I have overshared way too much of my life, and all of them led me to more problems than solutions. And I used to think that's just how I am, and that I trust people easily because I guess I'm a nice person, but I realized that it was just a lie. And I eventually ended that habit, and now I choose carefully onto what and who I share with. Hi, my name's Alzena, and I post weekly videos to uplift and better you. So go subscribe if you haven't already, love. First thing is what truly makes you happy. Not everyone likes seeing you happy. It might sound cruel, but it is sadly the truth. Some people actually do like seeing you struggle and unhappy, which is absolutely why you have to keep the things that make you truly happy to yourself. Back then, when I was bitter, toxic, and just in a low vibration, I hated seeing other people happy. I'll just admit it, and I didn't like seeing other people happier than me because it made me feel like I wasn't enough, I wasn't doing enough. Their happiness somehow takes away from mine. Whenever a friend of mine got a good grade, reached a goal, in front of their face, I would congratulate them. But behind their back, I would secretly sulk and compare their happiness to my sadness. And yes, some people do compare your happiness with their insecurities, with what they lack. It doesn't matter if you believe in spiritual things like the evil eye, but negativity is 100% real. And if you're not choosing wisely with who you share your happiness with, it's very secret, but people can just slowly take it away with negative energy. Now, let's say you're in the middle of a conflict with a friend of yours. Do not, and I mean do not, share your unhealed wounds. Maybe you would have the tendency to speak about it to others. Maybe you want comfort, validation. But these problems, once you share them, they can get even worse, especially when you talk about it to a mutual of that person, which is honestly evil too. I get it. That person probably did something that hurt you, that bothered you, and you just want someone's comfort. But an unhealed wound is vulnerable. And if you are still processing what happened, processing your emotions, your feelings, it's better to not share it with anyone. If you're just openly sharing about it to anyone and their mom, it's an open invitation for new mixes, new spices to the story, which can get even more messy and obviously not a solution. And actually, the more you talk about what hurt you, the more it sticks with you. Because as you are retelling that story over and over again, you're picking up on the negative energy over and over again. So, unless you are sharing to a professional like a therapist that will actually help you, you shouldn't speak about it to anyone. Number three, your big goals. Whenever you're planning a goal, a dream, something you want to achieve, you're planting seeds. You need to give these seeds time, effort, and silence. And eventually, your seeds will start to sprout and grow. And that's how you actually make progress. If you're just babbling about what you want in the future, what your next goals are, your next moves, you're disturbing these seeds. Really, you never know who's preying on your downfall. And they might even tell you that these goals of yours are unrealistic and that you could never achieve them, or they might do it but secretly so you don't even realize. And yes, this even applies to close people like your family members, your best friend, etc. Because they might still give you judgment because they want to keep you safe, but still, whatever judgment it is, it will shake your boat. Probably because they are unfamiliar with it, but that doesn't always mean that they know better. Remember, they're giving judgment from what they've learned, not what is entirely correct. And you know yourself best. So, by keeping your goals and plans to yourself, you're listening to yourself rather than random judgment from other people. This one is so normalized in this generation, it's crazy. And it's Sharing trauma online. I swear, social media has normalized trauma dumping so much. It's crazy of the amount of people that are sharing what truly hurt them and their deepest traumas online just for views, likes, and shares. But what most people fail to realize is that these traumas that they're sharing can go viral. And you might think, wait, isn't that a good thing that they're going popular, they're going booming, they're going viral? But little do they know, it can lead to other involvement, such as the police. You really never know what a person can do with that piece of information on their hands. And not to mention, but the people you know are able to see it. And actually, it doesn't even really matter if you know the person or not. You never know if you might see them in the future. It could be a future coworker, boss, employee. And this is exactly why big celebrities like Zendaya or Hailey Bieber don't share their traumas online. Yes, it might get some likes and attention, but their reputation would crush, and it is just not worth sharing. Don't gossip about anyone you know. Even if you think it's not a big deal and you're just sharing what you know about someone or what you heard about them or even complaining about them, and you're just telling it to people that know you and that are close to you. But just know that gossiping says more about you than anyone else you're talking about, especially if you're gossiping with people that are not close with you, such as your colleagues or your classmates. Guys, it might seem small and that you're just trying to add fun to the conversation, but if it's a serious setting and it doesn't add any value to that conversation, it doesn't have a place to be there. And even if it's just a casual hangout, a brunch, dinner, why do you have to drag other people's names, especially if you're gossiping about them, to the table? It doesn't bring any value. And you're just wasting other people's time and their valuable ears just for you to be talking bad about someone. Maybe you just want to complain or vent, but you never know what that person can do with that piece of complaint. Anything you share to anyone cannot be taken back. And always remember that. If you were an oversharer like me, don't worry, you can always pull back and go silent mode. Just because you've overshared doesn't mean you're going to overshare for the rest of your life. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something valuable, and I'll see you lovelies in the next video.